Hello everyone. Here I'm just going to recording um, so a bit of the class I did today because I forgot to recording the screen. Um, so here I'm going to briefly introduce what's the IDEs we are going to use and how I expect everybody to submit your homework assignment. So the data structure class, we are going to use in C++ as the language for the whole class. So C++ is a general purpose, high level, compiled, and now object-oriented language. And the IDE that we're going to use is called online GDB. Open your browser and type in the URL there. Then you could see the whole IDE interface. Supposedly you are the first time being there. I expect everybody to create your own account. Then you can have the access to your project. If you didn't receiving the email confirmation, please ask to resend it again. I have made it once. I'm here just trying to go to my own account. So the next thing you're going to do is you can go to my project and clicking new project. Before you do anything, you can save it first. And you should also remember to choose the language here, otherwise you will receiving an error before compiling. Here, we choose C++17. It means the iOS standard approved by 2017. Just choosing the latest version to make it less ambiguous. In this, right now, for all brandly new program, it already have a hello world there, so you can simply try to test it by clicking the run button. Then we also having the debug button, start button, and one important button, share button, and say for the save. When you click in save button, it will giving you a URL used for sharing. I hope that this is the URL that I hope everybody could be put in your homework assignment today, because when you give me this URL, then I can view your code and test if your assignment is correct. So be sure that you share in this way. So after, then let me introduce you about the input and output commands. When we are included with stdio.h, we have an important function called printf. This is used to print out. It does not only can print out a line of string, but it can be used also for formatting. So if I put blade as the second argument here, if I'm starting run the program, you can see this wildcard has been replaced with the second variable here. In order to add a line break, we also could put in /n. There's another way of giving output is instead of using include st stdio.h, we can also using include io string. So now the output command would be cout. Let's compare with printf. You will see these two different commands doing the same job. But notice line break for cout right now it's being done with the end DL. Sometimes you will find it's a little tedious. It must have a SCD here for cout. We can using another command to make it simpler, which is using namespace std, which means we're going to using the command or command either it's a native has or it is could be from the std namespace. Then we can simply the code by with this way. Instead of in output, let's introduce with the input. The input command is cin. Let's see the demo. So cin means you need to having a variable here in order to save the value being typed here. So we first of all declare the variable a, then we wanted you to type in something in the command prompt, and what you type in after you had and pressing enter, it will be saved into the variable a, and then we are going to retrieve it from cout. Cin is also in the standard namespace. So we can, since we have the using namespace std, we can omit here, which will not break the program. Then another part we are going to introduce is about the pointer. So pointer has two symbols. One is this, we call it address of. Another one is asteroid, which is the value pointed by. Let's declare a variable first, and integer a, and we will go into giving a pointer, which is the integer, point to the integer variable, and it will be the address of a. Let's see what, and then we're giving the value of a to be 10. Let's see what it contains. let's test the program. So we can see b, which is an integer pointer, or you can say a pointer to an integer variable, and its memory address right now is this. Here we have 12 hex digits, or you can say hexadecimal. So, but it actually is 64 bits of value, but it's omit the first 12 bits because either because it's need to separation of the program running under C Sharp, C++, or it's trying to omit the initial zeros to reduce the time for display. And we can also try to test it with this output. So we can also try to put address of A here, and we can also try to get the value here. Let's test it. So as you can see, this one address of A is the same as B, and the value pointed to the address saved in B is 10, which matches what we have been taught with the basic manipulation of pointers in C++. The last thing is, let me introduce you a little bit for the homework assignment. So the homework assignment wants you to asking you to type in password twice, and it will then using if statement to compare the price. After that, if the password matches, we would let you to say it matches, or else we wanted to tell you that the memory address of it, because it doesn't match. For the variable that's used for holding the password, it doesn't need to be a string. You can just using integer for this homework assignment to make it easier for you. And that's it for the homework assignment. Feel free to send an email to me to ask questions if you have something in your mind. And if you also have no problem with the IDE, you can come and find me in my office. Thank you.